Hello friends, and welcome back after a long time in this series of Python. And today I'm going to discuss about the file handling. And we will see that how we can create a new file on the hard disk, and how we can write some content to the file, and how we can read those contents back once the file is available on the hard disk. Okay, so let's start and let's write a new Python script. This is the new Python script, and I'm going to give it a name as test file 1. And whatever I want to write to the file, I'm just going to put it into a list. So I'm just going to put some names in the list with new line so that it is written in the file with new line character. I mean on the next line. So Vikas and then Rakesh and then Naresh and then Sachin. Okay, so we have created the list of names that we will write to the file. So let's open a file. To open the file, you simply use the function open, and we are going to open the file at this location, Vikas and test.txt with this name. Okay, after opening this, I'm just going to write all the elements in the list one to the file. So I will just use file one dot write, and I will just simply put L. Right, so that's it. Let's have a quick run. So if I run it, it is showing me something wrong. Okay, why it is showing me wrong? Because I have not provided the mode. We are opening it in the right mode, so I have just provided it, and now we need to run it. Okay, so it is executed successfully, and let's see if my file has been created or not. So this is the location C Vikas, and this is the test1.txt. But you can see that there is no content here. Why? The reason is that we have not provided file1 dot close. We have not closed the stream. Until you close the stream, the contents that you are going to write to the file, they will not be flushed to the hard disk. If you are aware about the basic idea of the file handling, then you must be aware that all the things we write to the hard disk file, they are not directly written to the file on the hard disk. Basically, there is a buffer between your application and your hard disk. So there is a buffer between these two things, your application and your hard disk, and whatever you are going to write to the file on the hard disk, that first goes to your buffer, and once you flush the buffer or you close the buffer, then that buffer is flushed to the hard disk. I mean the contents are written back to the hard disk. Okay, so since we have not closed it, so it was not flushed onto the hard disk, and that is why it was not visible. But in this case, when we have called this function close, now you will be able to see the contents on the contents in the file. Okay, so now it's everything is in here, right? So this is the way you can write to the file, and there is one more way using which you will be able to write to the file, and I personally suggest you that you should use this method only, because here you don't need to worry about if you have closed the file stream or not, because this already takes care of closing the file stream. So how we'll write this code? With open, and again give the file name as the test1.txt. This time I'm creating the file with test1.txt, and again the same write mode as file1, right? And now we are just going to write like for L in list 1, and it's like file1 dot write. And here I don't need to take care about whether we have called that close function or not. We will simply run it, and we will be able to see that the contents are there in the file. So here is my file test1.txt. This one I have created right now. So test1, that contains all the elements. So let's remove one file from here, that test.txt, and just leave it with test1.txt. Now we will read the same file. right? So if we have to read the same file, we can use the same width, and here, rather than write, you can write it as R, which means that we are going to open this file in the read mode. And whatever file we will open, the reference to the open stream will be assigned to this variable file1. And now we are going to just see that what has been written in the file. So first I need to write like list1 is equal to, just empty it, list1 is equal to file1 dot read line. Okay, so now you need to write like while L in line one, list1, just print it, print L. Okay, so if you print it, then you will be able to see only first line has been, only first line was taken from the from the file, and this was printed with the separate characters on each of the line. But this should not be the case. We should have we should read all the lines. So for that, you need to call this function read lines on this file1. So once you call this function read lines on this file1, then in that case you will be able to see the entire line by line. But here you can see that one extra new line has been added, right? Why? Because print already prints on the new line, and your text that you are reading from the file has also a new line character. So what you can do, you can simply strip that extra new line character using this function. That's it. And now run it. Okay, so this is the way you can read from the file. So I hope now you are aware about like how you can simply read a file from the hard disk and how you can write to a file on the hard disk. So in the next video, we will see that how we can perform the read and write operations both using the W plus or R plus modes, and we will see that how we can append something to an existing file, and then we will see that how we can deal with the binary files. So we will meet soon in the next video. So till then, have a nice day and bye bye, and please like, subscribe my channel and share my videos. Thank you. Thanks once again.